We have all different kinds of units for any kind of person and any kind of interest, but we have everything from footbeat, we have ATVs, we have helicopter, we have bomb and arson, we have a detective unit for any kind of crime, from financial crimes, fraud and forgery, to violent crimes of persons or property. We have canine officers, and we have tactical response teams or your SWAT teams as well. Definitely, we have something for everybody. If you don't want to do law enforcement, you like electronics and you like robotics, we have drones. You can fly a drone if you'd like. We have a media unit. If you like social media, we have media relations people. So there really is something for everybody, even if it's not a police officer that you want to be. I think it's a good career. I think women have a lot of strength and attributes that help this career. I think they're really good in certain situations to maybe calm people down. They're able to talk to people sometimes. I just like to help people. I think that people still need us. Even though they might not be vocal about it. The first thing that you do when you need something is you're going to call 911. And so there's still a lot of people that need us, and I enjoy going out and helping people and being, making the community better and safer for my kids to grow up in.
My role as a sergeant in the police department is I supervise. That's the main gist of it. I supervise the patrol officers out in the field, and I respond to the major incidents. As growing up, I didn't see very many black police officers, so I decided when I've heard people complain about how the police departments were, why not join the force and try to make the change that people complain about. So I decided to be a police officer and try to influence the change that I thought was needed from within. It's hard at times, you can't satisfy everyone, but just keep in mind that the laws are there to keep everyone safe, and basically you here, you do the job. It's a fun job, very rewarding, and it has great benefits as well.
I would call park police a bit of a niche law enforcement type job. If you've got a mindset of wanting to do law enforcement in an outdoor park type setting, this is the perfect place for you. Well, aside from actually working in parks, which is going to be different than most, our particular agency is involved in interpretive programming, where we do programs for primarily school-age kids that cover all sorts of topics, natural history, local history, ecology, biology, and that's kind of our version of community policing that we use at our agency. You'll have some days where you do a lot of interaction with people, out checking permits. We do a lot of foot patrols. We have guys on bike patrol, engage in a lot of casual conversation with people. You'll have other days where you're very busy. It just depends on the level of activity in the park.
A lot of the stuff's the same when it comes between law enforcement, between police and sheriff, but when you get into the sheriff side of it, we actually have extra duties because we do serve the courts. So whatever the court orders come through from the courts signed by a judge, we then fulfill those orders. And it could be anywhere from taking children, taking repossessing cars, houses, all sorts of stuff. Training process for the sheriff's office is 8 weeks going through the jail, because as you get hired on, you're hired on for the jail only at the start. But after a few years, you're allowed to then move on and bid other locations or other positions within the sheriff's office, which one of them happens to be patrol. If they're considering a career in law enforcement, the way I did it was I asked questions. Talk to somebody that would know some of the answers, and if not, try to see if you can't find those answers yourself. Really anybody that cares about other people, cares about making an impact within their community. For me, it's always been that way. I've always wanted to be that type of person that wanted to make a change and wanted to be a role model for the little kids growing up. I tell them this is the coolest job ever, to be honest. I love it, I enjoy it, the people I help, it's just done wonders for myself.
It's very rewarding, and if you're trying to effectively make a change, this is the place to do so, because you see different people every day, and hearing someone say thank you, that's very rewarding. Someone that appreciates the job that you've done.
I love the diversity of what we deal with, and you just get to help people.
it's a great place to work. So, and you get a little bit of everything. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of different things in your shift. It's always going to be different. So from that aspect, you're not going to be bored, and that's part of the aspect that I like about it too.